Let's talk about children and MTHFR for a minute. Parents, please listen up because this may be the most helpful piece of information that you receive as a parent in a long time. You know, very often we wonder why it's a full contact sport to get our kids in the car to go to school in the morning, or why after they get to school, the phone call comes home from school saying, "Hey, little Johnny or little Susie can't pay attention. They're disruptive. They don't follow directions. They're not completing their assignments. We really need to do a behavioral evaluation here or bring in the riddle in to solve, this behavioral issue." Well, remember that 44% of the population estimated has this MTHFR gene mutation. It is very prevalent in children, right? Because they make up for a percentage of the population. If you think about the standard American diet and what we feed children before they head off to school, and by the way, there are hordes of clinical studies in human beings on dietary control of behavioral disorders, which is directly linked to the MTHFR gene mutation. So if your child potentially has this gene mutation and you feed them a standard American breakfast, think about what kinds of foods have folic acid, right? Pop-Tarts, white bagels, cereals, breads of all kinds, pasta. Most of the time they're not eating pasta in the morning, but they might be eating breads, bagels, cereals, toast, Pop-Tarts, those kinds of white flours, white rice, white pasta, cereals, and grains. So we feed these kids that have a genetic mutation that doesn't allow them to process the folic acid in those foods. And all of a sudden, their behavior shifts. And all of a sudden, a normal child goes to a highly irritable, DEFCON 9, full contact sport just to get them in the car to go to school in the morning. And again, that's when the calls start coming home from school that the child is disruptive or not paying attention or has some kind of impulse control disorder or what have you. Do yourself a favor and just experiment with getting the folic acid out of their diet for 3 days. If you want to see a demonstrative behavioral change with no risk to your child, just get folic acid laden foods, any food that is fortified or enriched, out of their diet for 36 hours. You can thank me later and see if their behavior changes. If they have a homozygous, meaning both parents contributed to the gene break, if they have a homozygous MTHFR gene, you will see in that short period of time a demonstrative change in the child's behavior. If not, you can go back to feeding them whatever you want. But in the morning, try whole fat Greek yogurts, non-fortified and non-enriched foods like eggs, avocados. Try organic cereals that are not fortified or enriched, and watch what happens to the child's behavior. Now, remember, you got to get it out of their lunch foods too. They can't go off to school and be eating breads and pastas and cereals and cookies and crackers and things at school that are going to be fortified or enriched. But you may see a dramatic change in their behavior. If you suspect that they might have the MTHFR gene mutation, there are thousands of ways to get that gene tested. Again, you do not have to do it through me. You can do it through all kinds of services online. If you find that they have it, you can give them a simple methylated vitamin supplement, and this could be the behavioral difference that you're looking for to calm things down around your household. So I hope you really found this podcast helpful. As always, if you like the information, please like and subscribe. It allows me to spend more time doing research and bringing this information right to your living rooms. And as always, that's just science.